Kogi State occupies a special place in Nigeria. It is located right in the heart of Nigeria, and it is the only state that borders 10 other states. Nicknamed the Conference State, Kogi is the state where rivers Niger and Benue meet. It is the 13th largest Nigerian state at 29,833 square kilometers. It was created on the 27th of August 1991 by the military administration of General Ibrahim Babangida. The fourth civilian governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Bello, assumed office on the 27th of January 2016 and is currently on his second term after being sworn in for another term in office on the 27th of January 2020. The governor, who described his first term as years of foundation laying, has hit the ground running since February 2020, injecting a real pace into infrastructure development in Kogi State. The governor has focused on education, health, and road infrastructure as the three pillars upon which he is delivering the dividends of democracy this term. In driving rain, I traveled to Okene in Kogi Central to see the ultra-modern hospital being built by the Bello administration near the old General Hospital. Engineer Sule Anthony, Chief Resident Engineer, Kogi Central Senatorial District Projects, explained that the project will accommodate the following: pharmacy, renal unit, prep room, surgical wards, decontamination room, anesthetic room, recovery room, procedure room, conference room, medical wards, seminar halls, 19 consulting rooms, 5 VIP suites, doctor's lounge and library, holding area, and nurses station. From Okene, I moved to Ayingba in Dekina local government. My destination was the Kogi State University Teaching Hospital, where the ultra-modern clinical complex of the teaching hospital was being built. The Kogi State University had been denied accreditation for undergraduate medical training due to the absence of the clinical complex and human resources like specialists and consultants. To ensure that the school gets accredited during the next accreditation exercise, the state government initiated the building of the clinical complex. Chief Medical Director of the Kogi State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Simon Onoche Akogu, throws more light on the project.
We were denied accreditation because we didn't have the requisite facilities in this particular institution. It was said that we didn't have a standard teaching hospital. To that effect, we had to farm out some of our students into some other schools of medicine in the country. Upon that, we got stagnated. We trained medical students up to 300 level, and we have to send them to Ebonyi State University, Sokoto, and then the Medical University in Ondo State. Then the government came in with the desire to upgrade the hospital to what will train our medical students. This year, as early as March, the government fulfilled its promise. The structure you are seeing behind us was actually the critical rate limiting step of our progression to train the health manpower to run the School of Medicine. We didn't have certain structures that were necessary to run a proper teaching hospital. This structure that you see here is housing our accident and emergency unit, is housing some wards, our intensive care unit, the histopathology unit, amongst other things, including pediatric and consultant clinics. It was started early this year with a mandate to be completed in 3 months, and from all we are seeing, they are keeping to that mandate.
At the Specialist Hospital Lokoja, the admin block of the hospital is being built, while the outpatients department is being given a complete makeover. Wang Yinfeng, who had worked in Nigeria for 10 years as resident engineer of CCN, the Chinese construction company, speaks on the project and the estimated completion date.
This project, this is an admin block, administration block. This is a new building, 3 floors. This is now the will remain roof. So, and this side is this old building. We just do the renovation and refurbishment. And this one we, according to our plan, we're supposed to deliver the next month and for the next month. Now this we complete this almost 50%. Yeah. So remaining roof and decoration. Now the challenge, not much challenge. We just how to say, because this some the rain season, now the rain season, just only the sometimes rain we can stop our work. Now the price of the materials every day, almost every day increased. So this is also our challenge. This when we get this work, the price of materials is not like this. Now it increased a lot.
The renovation of the old hospital building is just as important as the 3-story admin building.
Okay, so that's what you have.
CCN's project liaison officer brings us up to speed with the renovation work.
As you can see, we are applying waterproof that never existed in the previous work to ensure the walls are protected from further damping and other destruction, natural destruction as such. This is one of the wards, just like the one we are coming from, which work is yet to be commenced. This is about 85% completed, and you can see what it's looking like. And then from here, we're going to proceed to where you'll see a full completed, one of the fully completed wards. Here we are at one of the fully completed wards of the hospital that is set for use by the hospital management. So this is a fully completed ward. Although the hospital is yet to occupy it, but you can see.
Is this the ward?
Yes, this is a ward, one of the wards. So officially, this is what the rest of the wards in the hospital will look like when fully completed.
Given the undoubted decay of infrastructure at the specialist hospital, no one would deny that this extensive renovation work is very necessary. Works and Housing Commissioner Abubakar Ohere explained why the governor has focused on the health sector.
Those that are at the very lowest level of society can benefit from governance. And the only way they can feel this impact is through provision of adequate health facility and of course manpower. Then the issue of COVID that came along the line also propelled this initiative of His Excellency. Then therefore he gave us the marching order that there should be no distance of less than maybe 5 to 10 kilometers that people should be able to access adequate health facilities between at least 5 to 10 kilometers. So if you look at the spread of what we are doing now, there is nowhere. It's either we are renovating an old hospital or we are building a new one. If you look at Ganye, Gegu, Isanlu, all these houses, they are new hospitals. Then Ida, Anyiba, Okene is like upgrading to a full-fledged reference or standard hospital. So this is what is happening everywhere. So that is the only way we can impact greatly on the majority of Go guys that voted for him during the election. So this is the idea behind the impact on infrastructural facility that we are constructing everywhere.
During this second lap of his administration, Governor Bello is giving education infrastructure tremendous attention. On the 10th of November 2020, Governor Bello got approval from the National Universities Commission to establish the Confluence University of Science and Technology, KUSTEC or SARA, Kogi State. Governor Bello noted that the future of the country will be driven by technology, hence his decision to establish an institution of higher learning that will help promote local manufacturing and reduce the dependence on importation. To underline its seriousness, the administration has erected 23 new structures at the new university site. Including lecture theaters, library, clinic, canteen, auditorium, students affairs building, hostels, admin block, vice chancellor's office, works and physical planning block, and a 2-kilometer internal road network, among others. This is the university canteen of the Confluence University of Science and Technology located in Osara, Kogi State. This premises has 23 new buildings, including lecture theaters, admin blocks, clinics, and students' hostel, amongst others. 2 kilometers of road network has also been constructed here at the Confluence University of Science and Technology. At the Kogi State Polytechnic, the administration's determination to deliver school infrastructure is so evident. The administration has delivered more than 2,000 new buildings across the state. But at the Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, 6 new projects are going on currently under the supervision of its rector, Dr. Salisu Ogbo. The projects are a 200-seater capacity twin lecture theatre, a story building for academic block, a story building for laboratory and office for the School of Applied Sciences, a story building for studio and office for the School of Arts, Design and Printing, a story building for workshop and office for the School of Environmental Technology, and a story building for laboratory and office for the School of Preliminary Studies. The building being used as CBT faculty is to be demolished and rebuilt in 3 months. The students' hostel has also been renovated, enabling the return of students to campus to reside there. All these projects were initiated and built within the last 16 months. Dr. Salisu Usman Ogbo is the rector of the Polytechnic, the first product of the institution to occupy the position and the youngest in the country currently. He tells me more about the projects that have sprung up at Kogi State Polytechnic in the last 14 months.
April 7, 2020, we came on board, and we've been able to make some modest efforts, particularly in the areas of infrastructures. First, we met a 3-room cubicles as a security building. By the grace of God, as you are entering the campus, you'll see a befitting security building that we put in place there. Number 2, we also met a 3-bed clinic. We have to cater for almost about 20-something thousand students, populations, and staff. We have been able to put in place we've replaced that with a 30-bed clinic. Again, since we came on board, His Excellency Bello has also facilitated 6 major projects that are ongoing. As we've gone around, you've seen them. 1 is the administrative building that is directly behind me. 2 is a School of Applied Science, a laboratory and office complex. 3 is a 200 capacity twin lecture theatre. 4 is the School of Art, Design and Printing studio and office complex. 5 is a studio complex and office for School of Environmental Technology. And 6 is the a story building for as a laboratory for School of Science at Osara. All of these since April 7, 2020 and now. I can say that since we started these projects, as you can see them around, we have not spent 6 months, because the projects that we put these projects in place and are ongoing. We gave a target of July, ending by the grace of God, the projects will be completed.
The school's Director of Works and Services, Engineer Adamu Abdullah, is excited about the progress the school is witnessing.
My assessment is to say that the renovation is perfect, because we know where we were and we know where we are. Before, this area you are seeing used to be a snake island with thick forest, but today we're able to bring it to where it is today. And we give thanks to the current management, especially our rector, Dr. Ogbo Usman, for making this work, because without his kind of courage, we wouldn't have been able to achieve this.
The students of the school who spoke to me were just as excited as Engineer Adamu.
Is a good development. By the precious grace of God, since his assumption in office, the institution have changed face. Is of the good, as in the institution now, by the special grace of God, have changed from the bad aspect before. Now we can move freely on campus. The security aspect is tight. No more cuties on campus, and we are moving forward. The infrastructure As you can see, the development so far, the buildings, the hostel. For years now, the hostels have not been functioning, and by the grace of God, through his administration, we now have a hostel now, of which students can lodge. The school security, the building now has come to stay. Well, we have school clinic of 3 beds before. Now is now school clinic of 30 beds. Since when it came inception as director that we were unable to achieve all those.
Before, the hostel there was no good news about it, but we thank God for now, for the renovation. Everything is in perfect order. We are so impressive. Concerning to our dean and director, they've put on their possible best to make us to feel good in this hostel. I think everything here is perfectly going on and we are enjoying it.
Commissioner for Works, Abubakar Ohere, says the infrastructure projects across Kogi tertiary institutions are the result of painstaking planning and determination of the state governor to make a big impact in the education sector.
At tertiary level, we have impacted greatly at Kogi Poly, Costech, and KSU. You see new buildings as you visited all those places. There are new buildings. In Costech alone is a new school that will breed from scratch to the level it is now. We have about 27 to 30 new buildings that made up the entire institution, and we are still doing. You see the internal road constructed in that school, and we are still doing. In KSU, we are building a new standard hospital that will serve as teaching hospital to the university. That of Costech is also ongoing. So College of Education in Ampa is also receiving attention. That of Kaba, the same thing, internal roads and many more new buildings. School of Health Tech, now College of Nursing and Midwifery, Obangede, also receive new attention. So this is what we are doing to make sure we transform the educational facilities in the state to a befitting standard that will give us that level of assurance that we have imparted on the knowledge required of our citizens.
Governor Bello's single-minded goal is to deliver as many education infrastructure projects as the resources of the state permit.